Yo, what is good, YouTube? Welcome back to another JC2K video. In today's video, we're doing episode number 57, I believe, of I Build Your Teams, the series where I build my viewer squads into the best teams possible for my team showdown or whatever else you might be playing. Sorry, this is episode number 58. But before we hop into it, if you haven't already, make sure you hit that subscribe button. Help me push towards the 50,000 subscriber mark on the channel. I upload every single day, multiple videos a day. Would really appreciate it if y'all do subscribe. Without further ado, let's get into it. We got 6 teams today to go through as per normal. First team comes in from my guy Cal, real solid. He's got 3.6. Pole's team is unsellable. He's been saving for season 9. And I think that's smart. I will say, I think if you want to upgrade, the areas to upgrade are one big man probably, and probably, I mean, I'll say this: Invincible Clay is better than Invincible Shea. He is free. You can get him from the exchange this week. That won't cost you any MT, and that's an easy upgrade. If you want to get into the shooting guard, I don't think that'd be a bad idea either. You could easily just run Luka at shooting guard if you wanted instead of Paul George, who I do think is probably a bit better. But I mean, you could also just go out and buy somebody like a Cedric Maxwell or so you can't buy Cedric Maxwell, but like a Steve Smith or a Matt Harper, who's like super cheap. They're both better than Paul George. So like that's a 5K MT upgrade right there. I don't mind Kenyon Martin. You could keep him if you want. You could also go get like an Alonzo Mourning, who's 60K and is a better version than this card. Kind of a little bit bigger, a little bit more versatile defensively for sure. And still has a super fast jump shot. So that's another option there. But overall, I do agree with kind of the cheaper upgrades. The only expensive upgrade you might want to consider is maybe like a 100 overall Big Z. Would give your lineup a lot more flexibility. He's like a much better player than Zach Edey at this point in the year. So you could go Big Z at the 4, Wemby at the backup 5, or Big Z, Wemby, and then Yao at the backup 5 or something like that. But to me, I think that's the only expensive upgrade I'd consider making, and then save the rest of it for season 9. Next squad comes in from Jed Lowry fan. He's got 96,000 MT, so he's looking for a new small forward. Wemby, Mutombo, and Josh Smith are sellable. Absolutely sell Josh Smith. That card is not very good. The rest of your team, though, I'd probably keep, including Wemby and Mutombo, for now at least. I will say, Steph Curry, not the biggest fan. I know he's a GOAT card. He's one of your only GOAT cards, but still, I don't think that card is special. I would say, considering Klay Thompson again can be gotten for free this week from the exchange from the GOAT Festival, I would absolutely get Clay, and I would absolutely get Dark Matter Rick Smits as well for those 20 gold pieces. Rick Smits can be your new starting or backup center, kind of up to you, but I would put him as one of your centers, and then that would allow you, if you wanted to sell Wemby or Mutombo, you could put Mutombo at the 4 instead of one of Brook or Ewing. If you want to keep Brook and Ewing, sell Mutombo, run Smits and Wemby as your centers. You got a couple options there, but that'll allow you to free up some more MT by selling one of those guys plus Josh Smith if you did want to do that, and adding Rick Smits for free, Klay Thompson for free, and then you need a couple of small forwards to replace Josh Smith and Larry Keenan, who I don't think is great either. I really do think small forward's not a hard position to upgrade though, because again, Alonzo Mourning's 60,000 MT, Alexis Pokusevski is 5K MT. You pick up those two guys, you're good. You could sell Josh Smith, sell Dikembe, and sell everything else in your collection or whatever, buy those 2 cards for 60,000 MT combined, and then get Rick Smits and Klay Thompson for free, and your team is upgraded just like that, and you'll have more MT. Jose Toledo has got 1.2 almost, wondering who he should buy. This is a pretty good team, honestly, but I will say, MJ, unless you're just the biggest MJ fan in the world, I don't think I'd be running his 100 overall at this point in the year. It's not that that card is atrocious, but his movement is pretty mid at this point in the year. And honestly, I mean, he has I think MJ has like decently affordable top tier cards. Like they're not cheap, but his Invincible should be relatively attainable. Like I feel like you could sell 100 overall MJ, buy Invincible MJ, who's significantly way better, and still have some MT left over. I don't know exactly how much he's costing, but you already have 1.2. 100 overall. Okay, Invincible's ending for 400K with 5 minutes left right now as I look at it. So I would definitely consider that. I have to say that to me seems like a really, really good option. Again, up to you kind of what you want to do, but to me that seems like a pretty great option. Is that selling the 100 overall, buying the Invincible? It's a much better card. And then I kind of think I'd leave it as is for the most part. Otherwise, probably start Rudy Gay at the 2, maybe either Larry or Sean or Paul George, whoever you prefer, at the backup 2. Booker backup one is fine. Mikhail can be one of your small forwards. If you wanted to buy, honestly, if you wanted to buy somebody like a 100 overall E as your other small forward would be a good option. And then maybe another big man where again, you can get Rick Smits for free. So put Big Z at the 4, Smits at the 5, Dikembe and Wemby off the bench. I think that would be good as well. You could always get Invincible Clay as well this week from the exchange. Like there's a lot of options you have to upgrade your team. But first of all, I would absolutely sell MJ and just get his Invincible if you're a big MJ guy and you want to use his card. So I'll say that. Now, moving on, we have ourselves this fourth team, which comes in from my guy Rigoberto. He's got 1 million MT and is wondering if he should get AD, Luka, or Dirk. My guess is he's a Mavs fan, which is why he asks that question, because those are all Mavs players or forward players. I'll be honest, I wouldn't probably buy any of them with the way your team looks right now. Dirk would be the one who fits your lineup the most, but I would be starting Dr. J at point guard. I would run Dr. J, Rudy, Kevin McHale, Shaq, Wemby. Off the bench, probably Shea, Carmelo, even just like a dark matter Poku slotted in there at small forward, Ewing and Taco. And I would this is just my opinion, I'm explaining why. I don't know if I'd buy anybody. I think I would just set up your lineup how I just said it and leave it for the next, the only card you're buying is dark matter Poku, and leave it for the next like week. You know what I mean? Because really, or honestly 2 weeks, because in 2 weeks, we're going to get season 9. And season 9 is probably going to come with GOAT X Invincible packs, which are going to drop the market on GOAT AD, GOAT Dirk, GOAT Lucas significantly, because those players are going to be getting pulled so much more. They'll be way cheaper. In 3 weeks, I bet you can get all 3 of them with the 1 million MT. So in my opinion, or sorry, in 2 weeks, I bet you could get all 3 of them with that 1 million MT. So for me, if you're willing to wait, I would just wait 2 weeks, set up your team kind of like how I had suggested, and then you'll be able to get all those guys pretty shortly. Lucas has no MT, but he's wondering if I have any suggestions. It's hard to make suggestions when you have no MT, but I will say I would start Brook Lopez at the power forward position. I would get Rick Smits and Klay Thompson from the exchange from this weekend. So you have Dr. J and Klay, your point guard position is fine. Your centers can be Rick Smits and Dikembe, your center position is fine. Your power forwards can be Brook Lopez and Artis Gilmore, your power forward position is fine. Now you just need shooting guard, small forward. Your small forwards are trash, but luckily small forward's an easy position upgrade. You say you have no MT, but I'm sure you can get a little bit. Run whoever you prefer between KD and Boncaro off your bench, and then get 5,000 MT. Alexis Pokuševski as your small forward, and if you need a couple of shooting guards, Matt Harpring and Steve Smith are also both super cheap and probably definitely better than Paul George, probably better than Carmelo too. So there you go. You got no MT, but there you go. I just built your team. It's going to cost you a total of 15,000 MT in total, and that includes grinding for Klay Thompson and Rick Smits because they're free. So I think adding those 2 guys would be big, allow you to get your point guard, power forward, and center position looking right, and then you go get a little bit of a couple of the really good budget dark matters to fill in at your small forward and shooting guard position. Your team's gonna be looking solid. Alex got 1.3 mil. He's thinking about selling Braun. He has a sellable GOAT Braun. That's a really nice piece to have, and picking up Wemby. I'll say this: I would sell Braun. I would sell him now. His price is only going to go down. He is an awesome card, but he's also an awesome card that's going for like, how much is GOAT Braun going for right now? I legitimately have no idea, but I want to check. There's only one of him on the auction house right now, and it looks like it just went up recently, so hard to tell. But he's probably a 4 or 5 million card still. And realistically, in a couple weeks, even if he doesn't drop in price as much because of GOAT X Invincible packs as other people do, his price is still going to drop a lot. So if you wanted to buy him, you probably could. I would sell him though, just because you're fine without him. You know what I mean? You have enough guys. You have Pippen, Dr. J, Rudy, and Carmelo. There's your 1 through 2s right there. Kevin McHale is fine at the 3, and then off the bench, literally just buy Dark Matter Poku for 100,000 MT, and not 100,000 MT, 5,000 MT, and you're good to go. And then outside of that, I mean, I don't know. You'll have 5 million MT now, so you can kind of do whatever you want with your big men. You got KP, you got Brook Lopez, you got Ewing, you got Bamba. Pick 2 of them, put them as your power forwards. Go buy 100 overall or Invincible. You know what? Pick 2 of the 4 between Ewing, Lopez, KP, and Bamba, and put them as your power forwards, and then just go buy 100 overall Wemby and 100 overall Big Z at your center positions. You're going to be fine, and then save the rest of your MT for GOAT X Invincible packs, and you will be able to buy so many great GOAT cards here in a couple weeks and really finish this team off for very end game. So that is my suggestion for that squad. And with that being said, that is going to be the final team in today's video. I hope y'all did enjoy. If you did, make sure you hit that like button, leave a comment, and subscribe. I will be back with more 2K content very, very soon, and I appreciate y'all. Peace.